So Xapien was formed about 7 years ago, and we built the use case around higher education and philanthropy predominantly. And how they use Xapien is really truly understanding where they're getting donations in. So is there a risk involved in taking a donation from a particular organization or an individual? However, what we've realized is a really strong space for Xapien within the legal market, working with regulated clients who are exposed to big, who face big challenges regarding compliance. That it's a really important area for us to help alleviate those bottlenecks and challenges that customers might be facing within the legal space. I think probably the most pivotal moment for Xapien in the last few years regarding legal technology was really our partnership with Pinsent Masons. Now, what that enabled us to do was really take the proprietary technology that we have at Xapien and focus it on the legal market. So what we can do now is we can elevate risk or bring risk to light. Can I just pause there? Let me rephrase that. I think one of the most pivotal moments in our history for legal technology was our partnership with Pinsent Masons. We've worked really closely with Andrew Chung at Pinsent to create essentially a legal entity view and surface the risks within that legal entity, but all the way up that UVO structure. So where are the risks within that ultimate beneficial ownership? And that really means that we have a solution that works very, very well for in-house counsel as well as law firms. Yeah, it's a great question. And in terms of how do we help legal teams in the regulatory environment, we are focused on due diligence. And it's something that's got the attention is becoming ever more increasing. And so what we enable our customers to do is really flag that risk at a high level and create an executive level summary where you can understand what the risks might be to your organization. The biggest USP for us is probably our proprietary technology, which is all built in-house. Xapien is a company of about 60 people, and 2/3 of our organization are really in the dev team. And our dev team are really given the opportunity to be creative. So it means that we can go to market very, very quickly. So we can create, we can be inspired, and we can build and then release solutions to the market. So we can respond to customer needs very quickly, and we can respond to that ever-changing compliance and regulatory world. And I think the other part is our culture at Xapien. We have a big emphasis on people and having a really positive attitude, which means that everyone brings their A game to work, and it's a really exciting place to work. I've worked in legal technology for many years, and I think the biggest misconception and maybe frustration with legal tech generally is that it's a silver bullet. Now, it's not really. But what it does is it helps all of us to be better at our jobs, more effective, and really bring our skills that we've, as lawyers, we've learned to the table to essentially add value to our clients much faster. And that's where legal tech helps us. So the evolution of legal expertise and legal market is a really interesting one. I think what we will see, and we've seen it in the past couple of years, but the need to be integrated into where a law firm or an in-house legal group are working is absolutely critical. So as a supplier, as a vendor, we need to be at where our customers are. We can't be, removing people to an alternative platform that will just never work. So that is probably going to be the big theme. But if I think more about our space, it's going to be about dynamic due diligence. It's something that we're looking at. So what does that mean for our clients? So how can we provide ongoing monitoring in a compliance context without overwhelming them with the noise, so that they have a really good view at any time, day or night, of what the reputational risk might be facing a subject that they're working with? The one trend that I think I've observed recently is this maybe a focus on legal tech adoption in more client-facing roles. So how do we bring speed to the client or efficiency in those client-facing roles? But to be truly innovative, you need to adopt technology across the entire ecosystem of the business. And that includes, in the compliance areas or client onboarding or, supply chain due diligence. All of these areas need to be more sophisticated in terms of the technological adoption in order to be a really effective organization. That's a brilliant question. And so the biggest shift that we will see in the next 5 years is really around, so the UK was always considered to be one of the most technologically advanced legal ecosystems. And with the influence of AI over the last few years, we've seen, North America really kind of almost overtake the UK. And I think where we are going to move next is AI is now a normal word. A couple of years ago, it was, how do we use AI? And no, AI is now part of our toolkit. So there will be additional technological advancements, which will absolutely augment the ecosystem even further. And of course, we work in an environment that's ripe for innovation, and we will just see more and more startups on the scene who are bringing brilliant and effective tools to law firms and in-house counsel.